Welcome back. We're going to talk about a couple of things near and dear to your heart. One of them being the Fuel Incentive Challenge, which is coming back in February, and then also we're going to talk about safety. So I'm going to leave the safety talk to our Chief Operating Officer, Guy Richardson here, and he's going to talk about a few of the things that we continue to see within our network that we want to minimize.
Yeah, this time of year we are in inclement weather. So what does that mean to you all? It means we got to bundle up, we got to dress warm, we've got to get the ice off our vehicles, mirrors. The biggest problem is actually still getting in and out of the truck and entering and exiting postal facilities. There have been problems this winter already with postal facilities that didn't clear ice or snow. Work with the transportation offices and really emphasize the safety with moving in and out of the facilities with ice, snow, sleet. But the biggest problem we've had here lately is actually getting in and out of the truck. 3 points of contact at every step that you come in and out of that truck. Use the rail, step down, be careful, because that platform you've been driving and then you got a weather advisory, you would have gotten that truck, it might have been safe. Well, you get out and ice is forming. Okay, this happens all the time because some guys are out on a route for an hour and a half before they get back. Some routes are shorter where they can see that the weather's changing and that things are happening and their trips are every 20 or 30 minutes, depending on how many trips you do in a day. But the biggest thing is entering and exiting out of facilities. You're walking up to a facility, use the arm rail. You know, don't just assume that everything's going to be safe. Your footing's changed and everything else.
Absolutely, yeah. We continue to. It's just that time of year. We just even somebody who has never had a problem could trip and slip and fall. The other thing that continues to be an issue is the dock operations. When you're on the postal dock, you never know what's going to go on. There could be a container that gets away from somebody. There could be a slippery surface just due to the water on the dock plates. That's a real thing that happens every day. So just take your time. Some people are always in a rush around you, but always slow it down. Do things safely, because we don't want anybody getting hurt on the job. We want everybody to go home safely at the end of the shift.
Absolutely. In regards to the dock safety, I've emailed all the operations manager the new mandate for safety that was put out by the post office. It's talking about dock safety in one form, and then highway contract route driving safety when you're out on the road in another piece. These are educational pieces, and everybody will have to sign off on these pieces and read and reviewed the material. It's very important because, like Trace says, dock safety is right up there with everything else on knowing your surroundings, being around moving and rolling equipment, and then what other people are doing around you. You could smash your hand, you can get smashed in between equipment. All these things have happened. It'll just happen in an instant. So make sure that you know your surroundings. There are mail handlers that are moving around on motorized equipment. That could be possibly the most dangerous. We've even had people ran over. So please be careful when you're on the docks.
Absolutely, and as always, we heard the Dave Williams, the COO of the United States Postal Service. He spoke a few weeks ago about this mandate coming down, where they were going to push this material out, and he has the same overview of any executive of any company. They want to decrease the amount of accidents that take place on their property and with their workers. They have over 400,000 workers, and they have the same goal that you and I have, and that's get everybody home safe. Because it's a job, but the most important thing is getting home safe for the family. And if we can do that by educating workers in all facilities and everybody that drives our truck, then we've been successful at decreasing accidents. So please make that a priority in everything that you do.
Absolutely, I totally agree. You're the most valuable person in our company, the person that works every day and drives the mail to and from facilities that you serve.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, moving on to cheerier subjects, and that would be the fuel incentive.
It's back.
It's back, and we want to put some cash in your hands. We are still going through a technology transition. As you know, we have the OmniTrax or the Qualcomm MCP50 that we've been running for several years now. We're getting it ready to transition to a different device, still through Qualcomm or OmniTrax as it's called now, but it's a tablet device. It gives us much more robust reporting fuel mileage, portal times, entries into facilities. It just is a much better platform for us to track things. And then at some point we might be able to do our timesheet reporting on that, which I know everybody would applaud if they didn't have to fill out these timesheets anymore. But because of that transition and as it's ongoing, we are going to have to do the area-wide fuel incentive. So what does that look like? It essentially is you are bundled up with your whole group, whether it be Springfield or Dallas or Harrisburg or Waterloo or Nashville. We're taking the whole group at a location, and then everybody that signs up, that's watched this video, is entered into the fuel challenge. So we're going to compare your fuel consumption from the prior month, being January, compared to February. Obviously, we will take a daily rate because there's only 28 days in February, compare it to January, and then whoever consumes the least amount of fuel compared to their same location and improves in miles per gallon will be awarded a cash prize of $50 per individual in that location. But you don't get the money unless you watch the video and you get signed up. So first things first, you got to watch this video to get signed up for the fuel incentive. Second, you got to conserve fuel. You got to log in and log out every day if you have a device. If you don't worry, that fuel is still being tracked. And then at the end of the period, we will close out each location, we will post the results, and we will talk about what that looks like. Now remember, to officially get signed up after watching this video, you have to take the quiz. The quiz is a very important part. We find that that's a way that we can capture your attention and get through some important safety topics. So please don't miss that part, because if you watch the video and don't take the quiz, you will not be entered to win possibly $50 at the end of the month. So keep that in mind, and remember, it's a huge savings to us, but we want to give some of that money back to you guys if you are conserving fuel. It continues to be one of our leading costs for the company is fuel consumption.
This is very exciting to Trey and myself. We are still the only postal contractor that has a fuel incentive bonus. We are really taking this seriously. We want to improve on what we did last year, and we're wanting to give back to the drivers. You can get a bump on your paycheck. It's a team effort. You're competing against other territories that we are in, like Trey said, Dallas, Nashville, Iowa, Pennsylvania, Kansas, Kansas City, whatever. The point is that we're starting the fuel incentive back and giving you back a bump on your paycheck for the winners. Moving forward, we will have other concepts and other competitions, and it will be very exciting in 2017.
Yeah, I'm fired up. We can't wait to roll this out, especially with the technology. We want to give you guys more and more full view of what's going on. So whether it be your compliance, whether it be your fuel mileage, we want you guys to see how you fit in to the big picture, because we have guys doing the same thing across the country, and we want them to be able to see that, hey, that guy does the same job that I do in a different territory, and we have a lot in common, and we can do things similarly or differently, but essentially we want to manage you guys into driving the numbers and getting excited about what you do day to day. So we are very excited about the infrastructure we're building out, and ultimately giving you guys a better picture of how everything adds up. So.
Absolutely, and thank you for everything you do, and I want to see you as a winner in the next newsletter.